Good evening, soul family and other little sinners and freaks of nature. Well, so I just got out of the saltwater bath. I was so inspired. I've worked on a few essays, right? But I was in the bath and I was thinking about, I'm going to get out and present my essay. And normally I like to present with a song, right? But I heard that little divine guidance, that nice little seed of inspiration say, Sarah, switch it up. Put the music aside. You're not inspired by music anymore. It's just on repeat. There's nothing new, whatever. Okay. So what we're going to do is start each video off like a Trivial Pursuit, because people just still aren't getting it, which is fine. I have my little kitchen timer for the first 5 minutes of every video I make. Now, after spending 30 years writing a book, it went through so many phases. And initially it started being handwritten, right? And I have all that put aside. But if you can see, there's a binder. This thing is like 20-something years old. Got condensed down. See, it's thicker, right? But it was pretty wordy. So then it got condensed down to this, right? Nobody has this version. So the first 5 minutes of every video, I'm gonna choose from one of the drafts Trivial Pursuit questions. This is part of that you're not getting it and I promise public humiliation. Therefore, the person that's claiming they wrote my book, right? I don't care, because I know I wrote my book, but you have to sit there and explain to your people the answers, because I wrote my book coded. So there's certain and I did that in case somebody tried to steal it. So I have implanted basically ethereal insurance in my book. It's coded. So there's certain things only I have the answers to. So I really don't care. I just want your friends and your followers to see you stumble on trying to explain your answers, okay? So since you created my book, we're gonna go to the binder, which is probably 20-something years old, okay? This is when it went from pen to paper to computer. Oh, and another thing, I have the original computer that I've been spent years writing my book on. And because you've never written a novel, absolutely not, because you had to steal mine. If you were professional, you would have written your own. Well, I write my books in patchwork. So I have the patches to all the chapters I wrote. So as this game of you making a fool of yourself continues, I'm going to pull out the computer and ask you to tell your little followers and friends the date and time of when you apparently, allegedly, wrote those pieces. Because if you wrote my book, you would know exactly what year, what month, what time of day that those puzzle pieces, that I call them patchwork to my book, were written. Because you would have access to that, right? So now that the ball is completely in my court, let's have a little fun. What do you say, you little thief? Literacy thief. Okay. Okay. In the binder, in chapter 5, okay, I'm going to say a sentence and you're going to fill in the blanks, okay? As he watches for a little longer, he sees Jake come out in what color of boxers and what material are the boxers? And what color is his house coat? And what part of his girlfriend's body does he kiss? Please tell your followers the answer to that. I'm going to jump right, just throw in another one. I'm going to read a letter, and you're going to tell your friends who the character is that wrote the letter, okay? The letter read as follows. Dear Sarah, I had nobody else to turn to. I guess I'll just get right to the point. My son committed suicide yesterday. Can you please tell your friend first of all, whose son committed suicide? And what was, because this is based on true facts, and what was the name of the person who committed suicide? Please and thank you. Because this is from my life experiences, and this is me journaling, trying to deal with losing friends to suicide. So please tell your friends who contacted Sarah about her son's suicide. And what was the name of the son who committed suicide? Please and thank you. I had no one else to turn to. I guess I'll get right to the point. My son committed suicide yesterday morning. What time of morning did her son commit suicide? Please, for the record, tell your followers since you wrote this book. Let's continue. I've been trying my damnedest to write a eulogy for him, but I'm simply at a loss for words. He deserves a proper send-off, and you were the only person who kept coming to mind that I could think of to write it. I came to this conclusion after I read his suicide letter. He mentioned you, okay, his suicide letter, the one that Patrick left behind. Now, Patrick is a fictitious name. Please tell me what the real name was behind the fictitious character Patrick, please. So we can honor my friend who committed suicide. Please and thank you. He mentioned you in it, and one of his most comforts in life for him was that every Sunday morning, he and I would read your column together over a pot of coffee. He claimed to have had several dreams about you, and supposedly these dreams took place over 300 years ago. According to his diary, in his dreams, your name was Bella. Can you please explain to me where the name Bella came from and why? Or explain to your followers, please and thank you. You have a younger sister named, what's Bella's younger sister's name? Please explain to your followers, since you wrote my book, right? And was Patrick the older brother or the younger brother? I know this sounds totally bizarre and I'm not crazy, but I really believe I owe it to Patrick's memory. He felt a connection to someone that didn't even know he existed. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'll get right to the point. I was writing you with an inquiry. Price being of no object, would you possibly consider writing a proper eulogy for my son? He deserves a proper send-off, and my heart tells me you'll give him a good one. Sincerely, Leslie Patricia Potter. Okay, so Leslie Patricia Potter is a fictitious name, but it's 3 characters, okay? Please tell the people who Leslie is and her character, who Patricia is in real life and her character, and how you know Patricia and how you know Leslie. And please explain to everybody where the name Potter came from. There's our 5 minutes of Trivial Pursuit. That was fun. I wonder how long it's going to take you to explain to people, because you have no fucking clue. So, let's get on with my essay. And the questions are just going to keep coming every single video. Wait till I pull out my computer and ask you date times of when certain patches to my book were made. Yeah, you're really going to look like a fool then, but I'm just having fun, because I'm not going to explain to anybody. I just think you look like more and more of a fool because I astroplayed and you're looking pretty fucking insecure. And your friends are looking foolish for following you. Anyway, so welcome again, Soul Tribe and Little Sinners. This one, the first one, because I have a few videos going up tonight, which means more Trivial Pursuit questions. Anyway, this one is 16.5 pages, and this one is called Footprints. Let's go. I'm a little behind. I have my Trivial Pursuit. Okay, Footprints. All negative and like, we're going fast now. Now you need to keep up, because my speed is just, I'm jumping timelines like you'll never imagine. Let's go. All negative situations experienced in the physical universe are tests. The purpose of the Earth tests are to see if the Earth traveler could be moved from whom they think they are versus whom they truly are. Like people that pretend to write books that didn't write a book. Let's go. Silent questions in seek of divine clarity, exercises designed to determine knowledge and attained earth skills, tests divinely orchestrated and distributed at intervals during seasons of being the student of the physical universe. Our divine creator's operation to divinely intervene to aid in resolving uncertainty in the form of spiritual tests, to determine the effects of negativity on the physical earth travels of vessels, experience, journey. Divine procedures that ascertains effectiveness, value, proper function, and divine evaluations of many other earth travelers' qualities. Long hikes are physical universal tests of one's endurance. Informal, divinely observed trial periods. Just before an ascension level up, Earth travelers are subject to a test of knowledge or skills related to frequency level ups. Earth travelers are subjected to an etheric procedure that ascertains effectiveness, value, and proper functions, are put to a series of spiritual, physical, universal trials of tests. Other Earth travelers will be assigned as a part of the Earth testing process, not as enemies, rather as Earth teachers. During these Earth examinations, the Earth traveler's spirit gains deeper enlightenment, revealing hidden truths on their existence, the quality of life experience they're co-created for themselves, how genuine and grateful they are in their current Earth travel experience, and under divine evaluation to be determined. These divine examinations help the Earth traveler re-evaluate their opinion, influence beliefs, turn current realities, actualized after being divinely tested and tried. During the testing period, the Earth traveler enters into a season of separation and refinement through physical universal Earth experiences, 4. Experience is the sure standard of level up divine examinations. During these divine trials, the earthen vessel is led to seek answers from within. A series of questions used as a means of measuring spiritual knowledge, earthly reasoning capacity, attained skills, levels of divine intelligence of both the individual earth traveler as well as the earth traveler is divinely graded up the environments they're graded by the environments they submerge themselves into. Before a level up can occur, all karmic debt must be paid by both the individual earth traveler, their karmic debt, as well as any karmic debt they directly or indirectly have accumulated through their earth energetic cord connections. As karmic accumulated, therefore debt by association, as silent bystanders witnessing and overlooking any injustices against humanity, which is all other earth travelers. Crimes against humanity, yeah. So anybody that's connected to crimes against humanity, you owe a karmic debt just through debt of association. Divine justice, universal laws, baby. Yeah, the universal law of cause and effect. Maybe you should research your laws instead of partying, right? Let's go. Anyways. Okay, accumulated through association is silent bystanders witnessing and overlooking any injustices against her earth travelers. These earth examinations test abilities, aptitudes, and overall earth traveler assessments. All these pre-level up examinations involve a set of physical universal circumstances occurring both naturally and deliberately, divinely contrived, in which the true nature and qualities of earth travelers are revealed. Yeah, let's go. Pre-level up spiritual examinations to test if the earth traveler's sense of self can be easily influenced and or swayed according to life examinations disguised through every difficulty, divinely appointed disappointments and failures. These divinely appointed examinations determine the earth traveler's true identity, according to if it is unchanging, becoming even stronger with each opposing preordained circumstance, orchestrated to push the earth traveler to their limits in order for the earth traveler to break through the veil of the matrix illusion and claim their divine, authentic reality through their true identity is light. Once the earth traveler has broken through the veil of the matrix illusion is when they go through divine rebirth, completely transforming their earth traveler experience from a vessel of matter driven manifestation reality creations to a vessel of spirit induced manifestation creation reality permanently actualized within the wave theory. And maybe why don't you explain to your friends what the wave theory is too. Anyway, of the living waters of the one universal conscious mind, Christ consciousness. Yeah. Well, proceeding breaking through the veil of the matrix illusion and claiming one's true identity as light, as pure spirit. Darkness can no longer penetrate your auric energy field because you are now pure light and one with divine source creator directly. Yes. Water. The earth traveler is now safe to be in the presence of darkness due to their divine protection. For they are now one with the Lord Most High, and it is within that wholeness the spiritual being becomes immortal. Therefore, the earth traveler experiences the earth experience in symbiotic with the divine, and it is in the dark where the divine is able to perform his highest quality of miracles through the earth traveler's shared vessel. The earth traveler uses their light in the darkness to reinforce and personify who the divine is through their vessel, bypassing completely all physical universal circumstances from shifting the earth traveler's sense of self. Divine protection. Touch not my anointed, so no weapon shall prosper against thee. The earth traveler is enlightened with the wisdom to keep their eyes on the true reality, which is true reality is spirit. Spirit is a vital principal force within all living beings, understanding life as matter infused with divine spirit. The quality of one's spirit manifests from one's mood state continuum. Spirit is the intelligent, immaterial, and immortal part of the earth traveler. The soul, as distinguished from the earth vessel it occupies. All earth traveler spirits belong to our divine source creator soul, and it is in the oneness of our spirit with soul when we become one with the divine, and through divine obedience we embrace fully our I am presence. Continuum, which means constant state. It's not going to change. Once you break through that veil, that's it. It's like home free. Anyway, once the earth traveler has broken through the matrix illusion and transforms from a being of matter to one of spirit, is when they become a celestial supernatural being filled with divine essence. Enthusiasm, courage, emotional states, moods, humor, inspirations, actuating principles, intentions, liveliness and dispositions, constitutional briskness and gaiety. Holy Spirit, the Spirit of God, the third entity of the Trinity. The vigor to encourage other earth travelers, full of spirit, full of holy fire. Yeah. A divinely courageous spiritual being having an earth traveler's experience. Right on. Let's go. The spirit is perfect, complete, whole, complete within its entirety. Divinely concentrated and in good health, well-rounded. Divinely made whole, the quality from which nothing is left out or held back, for once the veil is lifted, it is lifted eternally. To see from the position of spirit is to see from the position of truth, for the divine truth does not change nor matter what it appears to be. Yeah. Well, spirit does not seek abundance, for spirit is abundant. Spirit does not seek health, because spirit is health. Spirit does not seek happiness, because spirit is happiness. Water. Earth travelers enduring on spiritual experiences experience divine health, abundant love, pure happiness, joy for all, infinite supply is abundant and inexhaustible. That's right. It's like the fountain is never ending when you earn it. Through obedience, faith, and loyalty to what? The divine, not yourself. Let's go. Spiritual beings do not do things to make them happy, because spirit is happiness. Therefore, divine abundance is the natural default state of the spiritual light being ascended. The more negative circumstances the spiritual beings encounter, the more it is enforced. It is the physical universe is a universe filled with simulations, illusions, projections, and reflections. The world stage in the physical universe is a test to evaluate which earth traveler will become ensnared by the matrix fear-induced illusions, and in a state of acceptance of physical reality is simply reflections of one's true reality. Well, the physical universe, simply put, is a life game on the world stage for earth travelers to experience chance after chances for level ups, opportunities to claim back their sovereign divine spirit. When on the world stage in the physical universe, the earth traveler is involved in a conscious game of spiritual growth and evolutionary experiences where all emotions are granted opportunities to experience themselves. And at the same time, still having to experience any repercussions resulting from the law of cause and effects, baby. Yeah, wow. All Earth travelers must understand they are in the game of life, but at the same time, the Earth traveler does not belong to the game. You're in the game. You don't belong to the game, just like you're in the world, but you're not. You're in the world, but you're not of the world. Okay. So, Earth travelers are whom they are regardless of how the trajectory of the game goes. Before the game, during the game, and after the game. Everything is simply what it has always been. The Earth traveler has nothing to lose and nothing to lose and nothing to attain. That's right. Wow. The secret to winning the game of your own singular universal awakening is to be authentic with a confident sense of whom you are as a whole spirit while embracing the game of life. The secret to success all Earth travelers must understand is to remain authentic and in alignment, or the game of life will run you. You need to run the game of life, or the game of life will run you. It is your singular universe. After all, don't give your power away. Well, Earth travelers never run out of lifetimes to keep attempting an Earth traveler's ascension experience. This is what our divine creator refers to as karmic loops of reincarnation cycles. The goal of the game of life is to reach spiritual alignment and break through the veil of the matrix illusion. For upon breaking through the matrix illusion and claiming your sovereign spirits is when you exchange your Earth experience as a being of matter into an Earth experience as an immortal spiritual being of pure light. Yeah. On the higher truth ascension levels, the divine spiritual being is divinely equipped with capabilities to detach from all happenings because they are enlightened enough on these upper levels. The simple truth behind the game of life. How fun for laughing is a spiritual cure to diseases within your temple. Be spiritually free to fully experience all of life unfolding before you, always. Remember all experiences, good, bad, and indifferent. Serve to level up the evolution of singular universes in the game of life with the objective to become one's unapologetic, authentic self, wholly before entering our realm Earth traveler into the physical universe and onto the world stage of mirrors, projections, reflections, and intrusive thoughts. It's a holographic universe now, isn't it? Let's go. The physical universe's situations the Earth travelers will face are all orchestrated as opportunities to practice the law of detachment, baby. That's right. Successful detachment from the physical universal earthbound attachments is to fully understand the utmost importance to remain in balance and harmonically center within the singular universal Earth traveler's spiritual experience. Physical universal world stage situations fluctuate from positive to negative and back from for actuality realized in the physical universe is simply back-to-back mirrors of reflections and projections and illusions upon illusions. When an Earth traveler takes moments of sacred solitary reflection in conditions of humility and honesty, the Earth traveler will realize all current negative circumstances are not permanent, fixed emotional states. Rather, they are stepping stones to future favorable, positive conditions in the making. Once ancient sacred knowledge and divine truths are revealed to the advanced Earth travelers when they are blessed with the ultimate wisdom that no realities are permanently set realities. This game wisdom is bestowed upon the advanced Earth traveler upon awaking from the great American dream. As the divine creator rightfully identifies this true nature of the great dream being a deep global conscious psychosis of hypnosis, upon the great awakening, the newly rebirthed Earth character regains control of their etheric steering wheel, over their physical universal experiences as divine spiritual beings of light. Embracing a newly ascended Master Earth Traveler's experience, the breaking of the glass moment, the divine aha. The Ascended Master Earth Traveler, no longer trapped on self-know realms of constantly being swayed by the ebbs and flows, reflections from multi-mirrored, multi-dimensional reality actualized, multi-universe reality actualized through holographic reflections and projections, resulting in the loops and valleys manifested, created by fragments from the universal one conscious mind, bound together by the divine fluidity of Christ consciousness. That's all right. Did you catch all that? Or do you need to rewatch this again? Let's go. Ascended Earth Traveler masters walk their paths in constant obedience and embracing fully the law of detachment. It is in the sacred practice of the art of detachment the Ascended Earth Traveler mastered maintains their divine alignment with Christ consciousness, the one conscious mind, and ultimately our divine creator. The Lord Most High, for it is upon the Ascended Earth Travelers a breaking of the glass moment. They are gifted divine wisdom through all lower level trial and error, earth examination experiences. They discover what the Earth Traveler in ascension training owns. In reality, actuality owns the Earth. So listen to this. What the Earth Traveler in ascension training owns, they're wise enough to know what they own actually owns them. Bam! Yeah. Bondage, that's right. Materialistic earthbound bondage, and that's what it is. Well, in reality, actually owns the Earth Traveler in return. For in the attempt to claim ownership over a fluid reality, the Earth Traveler is divinely blinded to the higher truth. Any attempts at claiming a fluid reality is a holographic physical universe, is the hidden matrix trap of owning our subconscious minds in energetic cord attachments, projections, reflections, and intrusive thoughts, serving as etheric cages and earthbound chains of puppeteering and mind control. It is upon the breaking of the glass miracle moment the Ascended Earth Traveler understands one owns their true identity reality actualized in spiritual sacred isolation within their own singular universe's manifestation. Creations, including their spiritual atonement over all their previously attained Earth School experiences and honestly earned ascension level ups. And these experiences are untouchable experiences, which means untouchable lessons. Yeah. Untouchable experiences, the secret key is in abiding in the divine, and in return, the divine abides in you. That's right. Sorry. I outline my lips in a white lip liner. So if my lip gloss or something goes over, I can clean it up, and I just noticed I had some white lip liner. That's what the white is. Anyway. Going forward, after the breaking of the glass moment, in order to bypass all illusionary reality, holographic projections from the physical universe, it is imperative the Ascended Earth Traveler keeps their conscious mind focused on a truthful reality. Yeah. That's a new thing for a lot of you guys, huh? Filled with peace, love, forgiveness, and compassion, resulting in unshakable experiences. A part of the spiritual maintenance of the Ascended Earth Traveler is to maintain a state of joy and express genuine gratitude for the big and little things. Fluidity is simply the natural way of existence once the breaking of the glass moment has passed, with a simple understanding our divine creator previously manifested, created each and every Earth Traveler in trainings to be filled with various earth opportunities for spiritual expansion with access to sacred divine energy, guidance, and protection. Upon maintaining obedience, the earth traveler in training is capable of manifest creating into their singular universe all seeds of manifestations yet to be created implanted into your divine blueprints. So that's how everything's pre-orchestrated. So when our divine blueprints are created, those seeds are already in the ethereals in our singular universes, but we can only retrieve them through vibration, frequency, and level ups. In each level, there is an aligned like sacred knowledge attached as blessings upon your level ups. Okay. The main duty of the ascending earth traveler is to maintain pureness of thought and intentions in order to stay in alignment with divine guidance and sacred protection and self-regulating one's higher vibrational frequency. The ascending earth traveler must walk in integrity with unshakable faith and the inner knowing the Most High is working through all ascending earth travelers, personifying his divine blessings through his obedient earth vessels as an expression of his divine guidance as our divine source creator, our Lord Most High. The universal law of detachment teaches ascending earth travelers the art of flowing with the divine. Detachment is conscious creation of reality actualized, is equally vital to understanding the law of attraction. They're symbiotic. The law of detachment and the law of attraction are symbiotic, for they work together hand in hand to produce forward speedy movement of manifestation creations into reality actualized. The successful magnetization of desired earth physical universal experiences is a result of the ascending earth traveler maintaining a whole state of 100% detachment to any and all ideas and notions of fixed outcomes. For it is in the act of attachment to any notions, to any outcomes, removes the earth traveler's focus from remaining focused in the present moment, causing a dissension and harmonic imbalance within the singular inner temple universe's internal pendulum of cause and effect. An out of harmonic, balanced internal pendulum results in misalignment seasons of detachment from being in alignment with divine source creator. All earthly attachments, spiritual cords, previous energetic exchanges, experiences generate negative conditions with singular universes and realms. The negative conditions generated, such as realms and physical universal, earth school levels of fear, doubt, cravings, and obsession. All conditions opening etheric doors for the now descending, once ascending, earth traveler perfectly aligned with attracting the complete opposite of their divine desires for the earth traveler to manifest, create into their reality, actualize in real time on lower earth levels, furthering down the spiral of descension rather than rising up the ladder of ascension, exchanging a spiritual earth experience for an earth matter experience of repeating loop cycles and the same people wearing different faces. The deep south node, the land of Groundhog Day, on a revolving loop of repetition. The ping pong ball bouncing from wall to wall, blind to the open door exit straight in front of them, like Stockholm Syndrome, but spiritually. Fear is a painful emotion excited by an expectation of evil or the apprehension of impending danger, anxiety, solicitude, holy awe and reverence for the God and divine laws, respect, due regard as for earth travelers of divine authority and preordained sacred worth. To feel fear through painful apprehension is to be afraid, to suspect, to doubt, to reverence, to have reverential awe, to venerate, like be venomous, to affright, and to terrify. To be in fear is to be in apprehension of evil. For the earth traveler whom fears opens their vessel up to be affected directly by fear. Apprehensive with solicitude, timorous, desiring courage, impressing fear, ridden with fear and awful dread. Presenting oneself in a fearful manner is the quality of being fearful. For the earth traveler in fear is in fear of the steep climb of ascension, fearing imaginary attackers in a state of trembling, apprehended dread, where every night is spent in repetition. Night after night spent as a fearful night, a hostage within self-centered chains, or self-created chains. Was that a Freudian slip? Self-created chains and cages, paralyzed in fearful stillness before the tornado of destruction, leading to the loop of the dreadful night in the continuum of repetition. Unable to lay peacefully with both eyes safe to rest, rather now early mornings moments of, or rather no early mornings moments of rest, rather every moment from dusk till dawn, dampened and soaked, dripping slow drips of alarm, fright, horror, panic, terror, trepidation, with cold feet uncovered, exposed to sweat-filled fear, leaving the open vessel divinely disconnected, descending earth traveler, trembling in pure lower vibrational fear, apprehensive fear, sleep paralysis, with one's heart beating in their own throat, echoing all their trespasses against their creator, openly denying their maker for earthly acceptance, clout, and bribes. Dead seas of dust filled with broken promises, failed earth examinations, the great exodus away from anything sacred, holy, and divine. Lower vibrational frequencies align with the lower vibrational realms. Alarming realms, appalling realms, awful realms, frightening realms, ghastly realms, redoubtable realms, terrible realms, all combined in a funky stew of downward spiral options. Doubt is when the earth traveler enters a disconnection from the divine, wavering, fluctuating options of uncertainty, disrespecting divine discernment, truth, and facts. Intuition left on the back burner, divine blueprints ignored, left to be undetermined. The action of doubting our Creator is the act of attempting to hold the Lord in contempt and question. In hesitation to believe in our Lord's divine guidance and protection, lower vibrational states of suspicion. To distrust in the divine is to doubt our Maker's divine abilities within your life. To doubt our divine creator results in a fluctuation of one's spiritual consciousness, disrespecting divine truth, followed by the refusal for sacred divine correctness, repentance of false statements and fabricated opinions sold as divine sacred facts, propriety of divinely unauthorized actions through fogged uncertainties in a demonically possessed mind with no room for sacred belief, unsettled states of ego-based opinions reflecting and projecting dark clouds of suspicion and apprehension over the weak-minded, easily puppeteered and mind-controlled, attention-seeking, clout-chasing open vessels, sheeple, ba ba ba. To embrace a season of disconnection from our divine source creators, to be in a season of uncertainty, disbelief, and skepticism, like new data making scientists doubt original assumptions. Seasons filled with questionable mistrust, distrust, seasons of self-doubt, seasons lacking conviction, seasons filled with uncertainty, like a prior record of perjury cast doubt open upon divine truthfulness. Playing commander on God's world stage is what regarded the battle plan with increasing, growing doubt. Seasons of divine separation filled with doubtful mistrust, questionable skepticism, suspicion with no rest. Uncertainty and distrust, a truly ambiguous season of disconnection filled with skeptical, shady, debatable, improbable doubt. Oh, what a lonely season, doubtful seasons of divine disconnection truly express themselves to be. Also mixed in with seasons of disconnection from our divine source creator, Lord Most High, are the downward, lower vibrational seasons of constant animalistic cravings. Lower vibrational earth levels of cravings are filled with inordinate desires and states filled with continuum longing, exhausting states of unfulfilled earnestness. Cravings induce submissions through actions of begging, solicitation, focus driven for self gratification, constant longing for synthetic connections to anything disguising as glimpses of possessing divine qualities, demanding levels filled with lustful passion for worldly experiences with impossible to tame appetites beyond singular universal control. For the earth traveler journeying these experiences through clouds of constant cravings is an earth traveler trapped in physical universal bondages in seasons separate from co-creating with our divine source creator. For seasons filled with desire and lust are seasons of disconnection from the Lord Most High. Seasons of disconnection from Christ consciousness include seasons of obsession. Seasons of obsession are seasons experienced in the lowest realms, bottoming the downward spiral. Lower vibrational levels of obsession are levels of constant vexing and harassment filled with empty vessels occupying frequency-aligned evil spirits. All performing acts of obsession induced, manifested, created deep self-note examinations and experiences. It is on the lower levels your earth traveler's vessel is no longer aligned with God's vision, therefore is no longer a vessel capable of being used by our divine creator directly. An earth traveler temporarily out of service, so to speak. Gone into a season of disuse, seasons of neglect by self, never by our creator. For it is in these dark seasons our our divine source creator directs intentional focus on your journey and rewrites your divine blueprints according to your aligned lower vibrational temporary conditions. It is in the earth traveler's season of disconnection from the divine when the true illusion of disconnection with the divine is. It is in these lowest level realms where the Lord carries you because he loves you. These are the moments of breakthroughs disguised as breakdowns. For the Lord is well aware some foundations are simply beyond repair. Therefore, the whole foundation must be completely broken down before it can be divinely rebuilt and rebuilt indestructibly. For in destruction rises recreation. And that's where that happens. Sometimes people have to hit rock bottom to rise higher, because sometimes people don't know when the bottom actually is, and when they hit it, they know the only place to go is up, and that's where the Lord is waiting for you to nurse you back. These are the true seasons of proving the power of spirit. The Lord Most High never gives up on his creations. It's his creations whom choose of their own free will to disconnect from him. But he'll never disconnect from you. Unless, because you have free will, if you want to be disconnected from the Lord, he'll grant you your disconnection. And you prove that by your frequency. However, these reasons are never permanent, but these seasons are never permanent, but these seasons are seasons where of your own free will, in order to have divine guidance in rising above the valley you find yourself entrapped within, you must first make a solemn agreement with Christ to begin by meeting him halfway, accepting your calling as an earth traveler on a divine mission to personify Christ's love and light, to shine through your vessel, his walking vessel. Divine love is restorative, and his grace will lead you to the land of milk and honey, a narrow path for divine foot passengers, as a foot soldier for our divine source creator. And then I started thinking about my favorite prayer / poem is footprints. So I'm going to do a breakdown of footprints, and then I'm going to recite footprints to you, and then we're going to call it a video. Okay. The footprints explanation. The poem Footprints in the Sand tells of an earth traveler whom dreams of walking with the Lord along a beach, noticing two sets of footprints. one belonging to the earth traveler, the other belonging to the Lord. During difficult times, the earth traveler sees only one set of footprints, prompting them to question the divine's presence during hardships. The divine then reveals that the single set of footprints represent times when the divine carried the earth traveler. The poem is an allegory about faith and the divine's unwavering support, especially during challenging periods in life. And I thought I'll do just a little bit of a further breakdown. The poem begins with a dream where the narrator walks with the divine along the beach. Throughout the dream, the narrator observes two sets of footprints in the sand, one representing their own journey and the other representing the divine presence. During the lowest or most challenging periods of their life, the narrator notices only one set of footprints, leading them to question the Lord's absence when they needed him most. The Lord responds by revealing that the single set of footprints represents the times when the Lord was carrying the person, not abandoning them. The poem emphasizes that the Lord's presence and support are constant, even when individuals feel alone or overwhelmed. During difficult times, the Lord carries them through, though they may not always perceive his presence. And this is the poem. Footprints in the sand. One night I dreamed I was walking along the beach with the Lord. Scenes from my life flashed across the sky. In each, I noticed footprints in the sand. Sometimes there were two sets of footprints, and other times there was only one. During the low periods of my life, I could see only one set of footprints. So I said, "You promised me, Lord, that you would walk with me always. Why, when I have needed you the most, have you not been there for me?" The Lord replied, "The times when you have seen only one set of footprints, my child, is when I carried you." Anyway, it's never too late. It's never ever too late to pull yourself out of the valley and rock this shit and become the best version of yourself. Because, like I said, God doesn't disconnect from you. You choose to be in seasons of disconnection. And I think if there's any season for people to start reconnecting with their divine source creator, it's right now. Anyway, love you lots. I hope that resonated with somebody. I'm going to go have something to eat and I'll come back with another video. Bye. Yeah. Let's rock the shit out of this game of life, right? Okay. Because we're all in this together. Good, bad, and indifferent. You little sinners, you. Sinners in training of being ascended masters. Because you know you got it in you. Anyway, bye.